What is going on, guys? I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. And what I want to go ahead and do in this video is I want to go through the entire sales process with you. I want to go through with how I go through the script, how I go ahead and present, how I close the deal, and what that should look like when you go to do the same thing. So I'm going to go through my entire script and talk to you as if you were the business owner while going through everything, how I start the meeting, and to give you some context. So if I am scheduling a meeting and the meeting is over the phone, what I'll do is I will go through my script with the business owner. So I'll go through these questions you're about to see here in a minute. And then after that, what I'll go ahead and do is I will go ahead and set up a second call to go over the Zoom call. So in the actual Zoom call, just like what I'm using right here to talk to you, what I will do is I will present to them in the Zoom call. So that's when I'll actually show them the results I've gotten for clients and walk them through that entire process. Now, sometimes the first call I have with them is a Zoom call. It really depends on how things go. And at the same time, I also have in-person meetings. So what I'm going to show you right here could be used for in-person. The only difference would be you would obviously not have a Zoom call. You would just have your laptop with you and you'd be showing them the same things I'm about to show you guys, except for you would be doing it on your laptop in person instead of on a Zoom call. So that's the only difference. Other than this script was designed for in person. So some of the things might not make that much sense, but it's just little things. You would literally just make very little changes to how you go ahead and do things. So now that we have a little bit of context, I'm going to go through this entire thing as if you were someone with me in person and I had an in-person meeting with you. So the first thing that we need to know, right, is what kind of different principles we need to have from the very start of the meeting, like what mindset we need to have. So even before, let's say I have a meeting at 3 o'clock and it's like 2:45. At 2:45, what I would do is I will close my eyes, relax my entire body before my meeting, take deep breaths, and listen to some really good music to get myself kind of pumped up and to get myself kind of in the zone for my meeting. I will also look at my vision board, which on my vision board talks about where I want to be 5 years from now and you know, shows the cars that I want and stuff like that. And this is all stuff to motivate me in the meeting I'm about to go into in 15 minutes. So that's what I'll go ahead and do. And then when I actually walk into the meeting, I will go ahead and I will think to myself all the different things that I want my prospect to be. So confident and open-minded and decisive and all the things I want my prospect to be. I'll think them in my head and then I'll become them, right? Because what's going to happen is people mirror other people's energy. So they're going to mirror my energy. If I'm confident, if I'm open-minded, if I'm decisive, they're going to be those same things, right? And obviously that's what we want, right? So that's what I'm going to do as I step out of my car, because likely when I was like listening to music and relaxing my body, I was probably in my car. So that's what that process would look like. Now, when I actually walk into the meeting, the first thing I'll do is I'll walk up to them and I'll shake their hand and I'll say, "Hey, good to see you. My name's Tristan Larson. Thanks for inviting me here today. Name, John. How's your day been?" Fantastic. Mine's been great. Well, hey, so I know we both know each other, and we're also both busy, but the reason why I called for this meeting is just to go over some of the major issues I noticed with your marketing with you. But before I do that, you mind if I take a moment to introduce myself? Because like I said, I know you have no idea who I am. Fantastic. So my name is Tristan Larson, and I run two different marketing agencies. One is called Customer Magnets Marketing. The other is called Restaurant Maryland Marketing. And what I do is I help restaurants increase their sales by 10 to 20% or so every 90 to 120 days. And I do that by leveraging a couple of different digital marketing systems. Then at the same time, I have employees who work all across the country. I personally work in my home office in Elkridge, Maryland. And I work with restaurants from small to big, with my smallest client being around 50K in revenue, and my biggest client being around $1 billion in revenue. I also work with a billionaire named Robert Frischel. He's an inventor, really great guy. And then other than that, I'm pretty much a workaholic. But how about you, John? What's your story? How did you get involved in the restaurant industry? That's awesome. That's awesome. How did you come up with a specific concept? Gotcha. Fantastic. Well, I think it looks great. Well, hey, um, let's get right into it. Uh, what I would like to do to maximize the next 30 minutes or so is go over first, learn more about you and your current situation. Then after that, I'll go over the issues I noticed with your marketing with you. And finally, if it looks like I can help you, I'll tell you about how I have success with clients. And then by the end of this, if it looks like a good fit for both of us, we'll work together. Fair enough? Great. So first, John, what made you decide to take some time out of your day and invite me here? Fair enough. So tell me, John, what type of customers do you guys attract here? Okay, so a lot of younger people, a lot of millennials, and why do you think they want to come to you over your competition? Gotcha. Okay, you feel like you provide better service and overall better food. And what is the sales process from a stranger to paying guest with you guys? How does someone become a stranger, and how do you turn them into a paying customer? What is your process? Gotcha. Okay, you're not sure. Well, how do your customers find out about you guys? Okay, so a lot of word of mouth. Um, and then a lot of you said you're using Instagram, you're also using Facebook. Okay, and how are you attracting them on Instagram and on Facebook, on those different platforms? How are you attracting them into the actual restaurant? Right, what are you doing to attract them? What are you doing to make them want to come into the restaurant? Gotcha. Okay, you're not sure. So overall, then, what are you doing to generate new customers? Okay, so Instagram, Facebook, you're using Grubhub, you're using Groupon, and then also word of mouth. Okay, how many new customers come from Facebook? Okay, how about Instagram? Okay, how about Groupon? What about Grubhub? Okay, and then how are you tracking the customers from Instagram? Okay, how about Facebook? Okay, Grubhub? What about Groupon? So if you're not tracking anything, then how do you know if what you're paying for is working? Aren't you aren't you concerned about wasting money? What are you spending money on in terms of advertising? Okay, so you're also paying for Yelp advertising. Okay, how many new customers are coming from that, and how are you tracking? Okay, so they send you reports, and can you tell that there's new customers coming from what they're doing? Gotcha. Okay, so not really. Um, but who's the target market you're looking to bring in with your marketing, with your Yelp and with your Instagram and Facebook? Who's the target market you're looking to bring more of into your restaurant? Is there a market or type of customer you feel like you're missing out on? Are there customers out there, who don't know that you guys exist? Do you have any idea what that's costing you? Gotcha. That definitely sounds like a challenge. Is there any other challenges you're facing right now that were maybe unexpected? Okay. How long has that been going on? How is that affecting you right now? Do you currently have a plan to fix it? No? Okay. So tell me about your current situation. What are some of your goals right now? I gotcha. Okay. So you feel like you want to increase sales, and you feel like you want to go ahead and um, get more customers in the building. If you don't mind me asking, where do you feel like you should be in sales? Okay, so you feel like you should be at 150K a month. Okay, and where are you currently in sales? Okay, and how long have you been there? Wow, so you've been at 100K for 5 years? What's been stopping you from increasing your sales by that $50,000 a month you feel like you need? Gotcha. And if we do the math there, John, you've been leaving $1.8 million on the table. What's been stopping you from getting there, and what do you feel like needs to happen in order for you to get there at this point? Gotcha. And do you currently have a plan to get there? No? Okay. So what happens if you don't get there? Right. And how is being at 100K for so long, how's that affected you? Okay. So at this point, John, is this something where, that's you're like, look, I'm tired of being at 100K, I really I'm really hungry. I really want to go ahead and move my situation. I'm tired of waiting. Or is this one of those things you can sit and wait more, a couple more months to go ahead and wait to go ahead and achieve? Okay, so this is something you feel like you need to do right now. It's important to you. You need to achieve this right now. Okay, so tell me, John, where do you feel like you could be in sales? If everything was amazing and you were just knocking out of the park and you were killing it, where could you be in sales? What does that number look like? Okay, so you really could be at 170K in sales a month. What do you feel like would need to happen in order for you to get from point B, 150K, to point C, 170K? What would need to happen? Okay, and how did you come up with that number, 170K? What would that allow you to be able to do if you got there? Okay, so you'd be able to go more places and travel more and buy more things and treat your employees better? And how would that affect you as the business owner? Right. Right, because I'm sure it's pretty stressful to, not achieve the goals that you feel like you've set and feel like you've been in the same place for so long. I can imagine how that might affect you. How's that been affecting your employees? Gotcha. That's probably pretty hard for them too. I can imagine. And then how does it affect you as a mother? Right. So you're not able to provide the way you want, and I can imagine that would be difficult as well. Gotcha. Gotcha. So at this point, I'm 100% certain, without a doubt, that I can help you. You mind if I take a moment to kind of show you what I believe to be the solution to get you from point A, 100,000, to point B, 150,000? Fantastic. You mind if I take a moment to kind of show you what we've done for my clients in the past to help them move the needle and get results? And then you can kind of tell me if those are the type of results you would like for you and your business. Are fantastic. Well, first, let me go ahead and take a moment to show you the issues I noticed with your marketing. So if we take a look right here, we can see that you're only getting, one like. You only have 127 likes on this page. You're not reaching a lot of people. Only 3 likes on this photo. Really not a lot of engagement at all. No likes on this photo. You're not really showing enough photos of what actually makes people come into the building. Your captions are way too long. You're really not posting consistently. And the content isn't the type of thing that would attract new customers, right? Because wouldn't you agree that a new customer wants to see a bunch of food, and that's what makes that customer come into the building, right? Wouldn't you agree that that's kind of what attracts them there in the first place? Not a bunch of quotes and not a bunch of memes. Right, absolutely. And if we also look here, you don't have your menu posted, so no one can find the menu. People cannot go ahead and find your restaurant very easily, because this address doesn't give the exact address. And then overall, really does not look very good. Like if you look at the header, it's cut off. There's words that are missing. And it really looks unprofessional overall. It honestly, if I was a customer and I clicked on this, it would not make me want to eat here. It just looks very unprofessional. And I'm sure you would agree that, from an outside perspective, it doesn't really make you want to eat at this restaurant, right? You're not really reaching anyone. And the reason why that is because back in 2012, Facebook made so it's pay to play, meaning you have to pay Facebook in order for them to go ahead and show your posts. Right now, only 2 to 5% of your page likers actually see your posts. So that's 2 to 5. That's 2 to 5% of 127, which is not a lot of people at all. So basically, by posting, you've been completely wasting your time. Now, here's what effective Facebook looks like for a restaurant. We can see that it's a really professional header here. The food looks absolutely delicious, and it looks really professional. Nothing is cut off or anything. You can see that they have a lot of likes. They have the different things that they're serving, the different events they have coming up. You can scroll down and see all the events. If we click see all, you can see that we had 75 likes here. And what we're doing here, you can see that the caption is pretty short. The picture is, a really good photo, really good angle of the drinks. We have 12 comments here. And if we take a look at the comments, we'll be able to see what people are saying about this. We see that Alistrandra, pronounced that incorrectly, I know, tagged Andy. Valerie said, when are we going? Tagged Allie. Rachel tagged Katie. I'm going to need you to finish prep ASAP, basically saying, I need you to finish up fast. We got to go to this restaurant. So inviting her friend to this restaurant. She said working on it, so she's trying to finish up what she's doing right now. Kim tagged Stephanie. So people are tagging their friends, and this is literally like word of mouth on steroids, because they don't actually need to be in person in order to tell the other person about this restaurant. They can just tag them. So literally, it's like, and this is just one post. We have 12 comments here, 2 shares, 75 likes. Thousands of people within a very close radius to this restaurant saw this post. And then you can see that yesterday, 269 people saw this, 28 comments, 11 shares. And then we can see, if we go ahead and take a look at the comments, once again, they're so damn good. And then someone commented, yes, they are. 2 exclamation points. Chelsea tagged Ken. OMG, so yummy. Yum, yummo, good. Does it sound like these people are interested in going to this restaurant? Like, look at the comments here. People are tagging their friends. Yum. Do you think that someone would comment, and then after commenting, maybe make a decision to go to this restaurant or think about this restaurant and, give it a shot? Right? Exactly, right? Just based off of what you can see from the comments. So good. Highly recommend. Brandon Lee said, yours got to be better. What is the breadening on these? So people are so interested, people are so engaged. They're creating conversations with each other. No other form of marketing on the planet allows you to do this. Allows you to create a conversation where you can promote specific menu items, where people can share it with their friends online, and thousands of people saw this. I mean, I don't have the number in front of me because this is the back office of Facebook, but probably around 10,000 people saw this specific post. And then as we scroll down, you can see that we're posting every day. And look how delicious this food menu this food item looks. It's a very nice close-up. And we have 30 comments, 8 shares, and you can just see people are going crazy about it. Looks very delish. This looks like something worth trying. That looks good. Looks amazing. Like, you see people are just, going crazy about seeing the food. And this is just one post. This is 1 out of 30 or, 40 we make each month for you that generates new customers. Can I come with you? Yum, I want. This looks so good. Let's go. Desiree tagged Megan. So one post is generating new customers. You look at the comments, this is proof right here that people are interested in going to the restaurant. They're saying on the post, they're tagging their friends, let's go here. I can't make it tonight. You should have that on the menu again sometime. Right? So people are just going crazy about it. It looks amazing, right? If you said something that looks amazing, would that make you want to go to the restaurant? These people saw this and it looked so good that they decide to take time out of their day and comment. Looks amazing, right? You don't just comment on something unless you are really motivated by what you're seeing. Let's see. Right? So could you see how this would increase sales? Fantastic. So here's some examples of some of our best campaigns. Just to give you some perspective on some more of what we do kind of looks like. So first, we create all the ads on Facebook in the back office of Facebook, and we can run a bunch of different types of ads. Brand awareness is for spreading brand awareness about your brand. Reach just reaches as many people as possible. These are different type of ad objectives. No other platform on the entire planet will allow you to go ahead and use these type of ad objectives. Like radio, all it is it's one thing, right? You literally, it's just someone talking. Nobody can click a link. Newspaper, all people can do is cut out something and go ahead and show it to you. Or you can promote one specific menu item, or you can just promote your restaurant. You can't promote a variety of menu items, right? Can't do that on any other platform, right? Can't run a bunch of different type of ads on any other platform. So traffic sends people to your website. Engagement gets people to like, comment, and share. App installs gets people to install apps. Video views is exactly what it says. Lead generation is capturing email, so building an email list that could become a long-term asset for you. and generate new customers, because that's one of the things we do for our clients is we use lead generation ads to capture new emails. Conversion ads, which is get people to purchase or take a specific action on a website. Store visits actually tracks people's location, and if someone sees an ad and goes from the ad to the restaurant, it'll actually track that in real time and prove that that person took an action and decided to go from the ad to the actual physical building, which is crazy. What other platform does something like that? None. So then this is what the actual targeting looks like. We can target people based off their location, and then we can also target people based off of their purchase behavior, what type of food they buy, what type of drinks they buy, what type of home and home products they buy, what type of household products. If they're business people, you can target what type of business purchase they like. You can target people who are in local businesses. You can target people who have birthdays coming up. You can target people who like going to specific types of events. People who like stand-up comedians, you can target them with an ad. The sky is the limit. You can target anything. And then here's the actual process we use to turn strangers into customers. Awareness, interest, decision. This is the kind of process people make to go from just finding out about you to becoming a paying customer, right? And then this is what the actual back office of Facebook looks like. So this is the restaurant I was just showing you. You can see right here that we were reaching thousands of people a day. So within a week, we reached about 70,000 people. Let me ask you this. If 70,000 people within a very close radius to your restaurant who like the type of food you're showing them went ahead and saw an ad, do you think that would generate new sales of 70,000 people within a very close radius within a week time who like the type of food that you're showing in the ad? And let's say, for example, if I have a picture of shrimp, I can target people like shrimp within a very close radius, let's say within a 5-mile radius or so. Do you think that would generate new sales? Right? Absolutely. Right? So then here's an example of some campaigns. This was an article about the most amazing outdoor patios, and this restaurant was featured in this article. You can see that 13,000 people saw this. The light orange means organic reach, meaning we didn't pay for most of this because it was so targeted, people just shared it, right? And then we go down. You can see your same deal, 50,000 people reached, only spent $20 on this ad, right? And then here's another example of a campaign where we captured a lot of emails. We are giving away a free burger for a year and required people to enter their email in order for them to enter this giveaway. For the giveaway underneath it, which is a different type of business, we captured 2,000 emails in total, but the screenshot was taken about halfway through the campaign. And you can see 1,000 emails were captured here. Now this campaign was $100 was spent on this, 129 shares, 30,000 people saw this. The majority of them just shared it, so we didn't have to pay for the majority of this. 118 comments, 1,600 likes, and then overall we captured over 1,000 emails for that specific campaign, and then 2,300 in total. John, when's the last time you were able to get 2,300 emails for $200? All right, so that's some examples of what some of our really best campaigns look like. And then we scroll down here, and here's what the actual analytics and the tracking looks like that kind of prove that we were able to bring in new customers and increase this customer's business, right? So some screenshots of what the back office of Facebook looks like here, and which basically proves we're increasing sales. And then, John, before I continue, do you have any questions about anything I just showed you here? Can you see how this would increase sales? Right, absolutely, right. So, John, you mind showing me a marketing plan that you have? You mind showing me your digital marketing plan? Okay, you don't have one. Well, let me tell you, one of the things that we do for our clients, which is a giant deal, is we actually sit down with them and create an entire marketing plan for them, and completely think out the marketing for their business. Think out literally everything. And like Benjamin Franklin says, if you're not planning, you're planning to fail. So we literally think out the business from the top to bottom, do all the analytics, figure out who the ideal customer is that we should be targeting. So that way we are making the most informed decisions when we are running ads. So here's an example of what this kind of looks like. This is a template that we use. So you can see we mark out the marketing goals, talk about what the brand and positioning would be. Here's questions for the brand that we ask ourselves when developing the brand, target markets, who we're going to target, competitive analysis, do an entire analysis of your competition. Website, look through your entire website, what can be improved there, SEO, Google Analytics, Facebook, just look at everything and see how can we improve everything with your business. The review sites, we look at, okay, how are the reviews? Could they be improved? How about Facebook? What type of ads should we create for you? How should we be tracking the ROI? And then we look at what type of campaigns would be the best for your business, right? What would bring in the most customers, increase this sales the most? We look at everything, what type of campaigns, and we develop an entire plan. Basically, it's like the marketing blueprint for your business for bringing in new customers is basically what it is. Everything makes sense? Does this make sense? Any questions about the marketing plan? Awesome. Overall, any questions about, anything I just showed you here? Great. At this point, do you feel confident that my team and I know what it takes when it comes to increasing sales for restaurant owners? Yes? Great. Any questions? Any questions at all? No questions. Awesome. At this point, have I earned your business? Fantastic. Great. So here's what the next step is then. What we will go ahead and do is I have a proposal here, which is very simple. I don't do contracts. I do everything on a month-to-month basis. And this is just a very simple proposal. It's, not a contract. I say I lock my clients in with results, not pieces of paper, is what I like to say. So here's a contract that we have here, a proposal here, and let's just go over it. It's very simple. This is just a template. I use the same one for every client because it's all very similar. So we scroll down here and we look at everything. So here's the objectives of our agreement. So acquire new customers, increase brand awareness, ethically acquire competition's customers, increase market share, increase market buzz, create a digital marketing plan, increase social media following, implement new marketing systems. Any questions about any of these? Anything you want to add? Okay, great. No. So metrics, go through all these metrics. Anything you want to add? Okay, no. Value, here's what the value is of us working together. Go through the entire thing. Anything you want to add? Any other value you think I'll be providing you with other than these? Okay, no. Okay, and then timing. Yep, so this is just how long we'll be able to accomplish everything with you, for you. So we anticipate on hitting many of the goals, get you from point A to point B. Within 120, 90 days or so, we have a pretty big goal here. Increasing sales by 50K is not something that's going to happen overnight. Obviously, it's going to take time. It could take a year because that's a pretty big goal. But it's definitely something we can accomplish. But, a rule of thumb is first 90 days, you'll be able to see results and new customers coming in is basically what that means. Joint accountabilities is everything that we're doing together, right? So you'd be responsible for internal scheduling, reasonable access to key personnel, on-site administrative support. Basically what this says is this just outlines your responsibilities and my responsibilities. Like you need to appoint someone to be available for me So I'll be able to communicate with them and get photos from them and stuff like that. Anything I need, any questions, I should be able to have someone I can communicate with, is all this pretty much says. And then here's pricing activities. So Facebook management and advertising. So our fee is going to be $1,500 a month. That's for us to go ahead and help you achieve your goals and increase your sales, right? So $1,500 compared to, the amount of value that we'll be able to bring is pretty insignificant. And then the advertising budget will be $1,000 a month is what I feel like is required in order for us to go ahead and see results. In order for you to see 10 times the value, $10,000, you'll be able to see within $1,000 budget. Obviously, the higher our budget, the more results we'll be able to get. So email management. So that's complimentary content creation, landing pages, Instagram management. So we'll be managing their Instagram as well as a Facebook. I know we didn't talk a lot about that, but Facebook is really what increases the sales. So that's why I didn't talk too much about that. At the end of the day, Facebook is what's really the most essential thing. So total is going to be $2,500, but $1,000 of that is for what we pay Facebook. And then the agreement. So this just outlines our agreement, and then I would read this entire thing to them. Both parties will work together on anything you would add to this. Everything looked good here. Fantastic. Great. And then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and send this to your email. So I'll go ahead and click here, and I'll send this to your email. What would be the best email for you? Fantastic. Okay. So great. Let me know when you get it. All right, fantastic. Now there should be a little thing on the button that says sign and accept. So just go ahead and click that. Fantastic. And then the final thing that I'm going to need from you is I'm going to need your credit card information. And I'm going to put it into this system right here that is super secure. I'll go ahead and get that in there. Credit card information. And fantastic. Super excited to get working with you. The final step is we should schedule another time just to go ahead and sit down so that what I can do is I can go ahead and go over really just some more questions that I can use in my marketing plan. So I have some questions for you, like who you feel like your competitors are, what their strengths, what their weaknesses are, just more questions like that. They're a little bit more in depth that'll help me fill out the marketing plan. And then once that's filled out, we'll be good to go. We'll create the marketing plan. Then after that, we'll get started running all the ads. And then you and I will communicate with each other. And we'll talk about progress. I'll send you reports every once in a while. And, this is going to take a couple months to go ahead and see, significant results, right? But you'll just be able to see based off of Facebook comments like we see right here that we are increasing sales, that people are getting interested in it, and people are becoming attracted to the restaurant. People are going to comment yum and stuff like that. And that'll be like the main metric that shows us, look, all these people are commenting, all these people are, are engaging with us. What we're doing must be working, right? Because if in order for us to increase sales by $50,000, we would need like 1,000 bring in like 1,000 new customers. In fact, more than 1,000. We need to bring in like 2,500 new customers in a month, which obviously you and I both know isn't realistic, right? So the way this kind of works is we bring in a new customer, and a happy customer is usually worth, according to the Restaurant Association, a happy customer on average is worth $6,620 lifetime value to a restaurant. The average restaurant customer spends about $12 every time they come to a restaurant, right? So they'll spend $12 times 2, so we bring in a new customer, and at first it's like, it's one new customer, but that one new customer ends up being worth $6,000. So just think about this. Over a year from now, if we brought in 100 new customers, let's say each of those customers is worth lifetime value about, let's just say, $6,620, right? We divide that by 5, multiply that number, which is like 800, times 100. So we just generated $80,000 in revenue in that 1 year. Do you see how that kind of works? Because if the average restaurant customer stays for 5 years and they're worth $6,620, we divide that by 12. We divide that by 5, $6,620 by 5. Then we multiply that times 100, because bringing in 100 new customers in a year is extremely realistic. Well, we're going to do better than that. But I'm just giving you a number, right? If we bring in 100 new customers, that'll generate over $80,000 for you over a year. And if you're paying $1,500 a month plus $1,000 in advertising, that's $2,500 a month. That's, I don't know what that is a year. I'm pretty bad at math. But the point is, you're getting a return a lot higher than what you're spending. That's like a 400% return on your investment, but you see that over a year period, right? Does that make sense? So that's really how you'll see the results. You'll see them like long-term is where you'll really see and be able to say, look, wow, this really worked for us, because we see that we are way ahead of where we were last year and where we are projected to be this year, right? But you'll be able to know that customers are increasing based off of what you're seeing people comment on Facebook. And then every once in a while, you'll actually talk to a customer. They'll say, yeah, I found out about you guys from Facebook, or they'll show you their phone, or they might show you like a coupon we gave them on Facebook. Make sense? Fantastic. So I will see you on Wednesday around 2 o'clock for the next meeting. It'll be about 30 minutes just so I can ask you some more questions. Sound like a plan? Awesome, my friend. Really looking forward to get started with everything. Great. Now that is literally what my entire sales process looks like, from beginning to very end. Now, this is a lot. I know it's a lot between the questions. I'm going to give you all these tools so you'll be able to utilize them, but just use this as kind of your, use this video as kind of like the goal, right? This video right here is like the Super Bowl of like the Super Bowl team of selling this service, right? You're not going to be able to do it as well as I am from the very beginning. It's going to take some practicing. Rewatch this video all the time so you'll be able to use it and you'll be able to reference it for how your entire meeting should go. I mean, what I just went through with you is powerful. So powerful. The way I said things, the way I did things, my enthusiasm, the way I went from, you'll notice when I was asking the questions, my tone went from, more like this to like lower, right? So when I was asking the first questions, like, who's your target market? Who's your competition? What makes you different from your competition? What's your sales process? Those questions, right? My voice was a lot more outgoing. But then when I started asking questions like, that definitely sounds like a challenge. Are there any other challenges you're facing right now that were maybe unexpected? You see how my voice changes, right? That's called demonstrating empathy. Like when you talk to a therapist, that's how they talk to you. They don't talk to you like harsh, or they don't talk to you like I don't know what the word is, right? But they change their tone, right? So you're going to want to change your tone. You're going to want to alter your tone from more like I'm talking right now to more, lower, like sympathetic, like empathetic, like when you talk to a doctor or a therapist, like how do they talk to you about your problem? That's how you're going to want to speak to them, right? And if you do this the exact way I just did it, you'll close sales easily 80% of the time. I just destroy sales with this strategy. And that's also why I ask for the business. I also do not show them the price until at the very end, because usually I have them so on the hook that I don't even need to go ahead and say the price. I provided so much value in what I'm doing that I don't even need to go over the price. The price doesn't really matter. The size of their problem is $1.8 million. $1.8 million. That's the size of their problem, right? $25,000, $27,000 a year, or whatever the number is, looks pretty insignificant. Or maybe that's 30,000. I can't do math. Looks pretty insignificant in comparison to their $1.8 million problem. It's like, it's the difference. This is what I'm charging. This is their problem. It would be the ceiling, right? So I hope this was valuable. I'm going to go ahead and have more videos breaking down this entire thing, but watch this and use this as a rule of thumb for when you sit down with your meeting and how it should go, how you should sound, and what it should be like. When you put everything that I teach you together, this is what it will be like. And this is how you close 80% of deals. Study this, study the sales process every single day, and I'll see you in the next video.